Now, we've talked about cloud VDI, which leads us to the next evolution of VDI, which is managed cloud VDI, known otherwise more recently as DaaS, which is Desktop as a Service. As a quick refresher, this is a business. This is a server that's virtualizing all the desktops. This is VDI. When that server is outsourced to a data center, that is cloud VDI. Cloud VDI is still managed by someone inside of this building who still has to manage it, who has to know how to run the data center, who has to know Amazon or Azure or wherever that data center is. They have to know how to run that, and they have to know how to do VDI. Very complicated. They can outsource that to an MSP who has to have all this expertise. That's also an option, but that is cloud VDI. Then we come to DaaS. And DaaS is this same outfit, but all of this is being managed by a third party. It's not being managed in-house. It may be managed by a managed services provider or a cloud services provider, which is, of course, what RapidScale does. With DaaS, that third party manages the support tickets and does all the support for the internal IT team and the IT leader if they cannot resolve those problems themselves. Licensing. When you're using DaaS, the third party does all of the purchasing and all of the providing of licenses for all the applications and software. It doesn't have to be done by the IT guy. This third party does all of the testing, all of the installing of the applications. It creates all the virtual machines, and it puts all the virtual machines there right in the data center. It does all of the patches, updates, and the bug fixes, and the security vulnerability updates on the servers. It creates user profiles where needed. So if you have 100 users or 1,000 users, creating new profiles can be a nightmare. Well, this third party just does all of that. They manage and monitor the network and users who are accessing that desktop, and they test everything for security. So if there are issues with hackers trying to get in or anything wrong with the network, that third party is constantly monitoring that so that IT leader in the company doesn't have to. That is almost a full-time job, folks. So this third party can do all of the database administration, the uploading, the updating, the management, and the support of the database. Huge task as companies get larger and larger. That is a huge task. That's almost a full-time task. And finally, of course, one of the biggest benefits of DaaS is the security. That can all be managed by this third party. The firewall, the network security authorizations, the permissions and the procedures, everything going into security can be managed by this third party. So what this allows, it allows for the IT leader that's in the company, it allows him and her to focus on the big picture, moving that company forward with technology, not being stuck down here on all of the grunt work that this other third party they can take care of, and they can do it all in the cloud. It frees that IT leader up and lets him and her really move the needle, move that business forward. The things they wanted to, dreamed about when they were in college or when they were getting that certification, all the things they dreamed about doing, DaaS lets them do it.